One. Hello, everyone, and welcome
Hey.
back.
Yes, welcome back.
Yes, here we are in front of the Porsche Taycan, Toucan,
I like the
Taycan.
Taycan, something like that. Anyway, you saw this on the Super Bowl commercial where they did the heist video, and they got
Yes.
they stole it out of the Porsche museum. Anyway, this is the Turbo S version of the car.
Which is amazingly beautiful. I mean, this thing is gorgeous.
It's all electric, and it's $200,000+.
Yes.
But-
Spec $213,000.
But it's got some really, really cool things.
Okay,
on it.
first of all, let's point out the ridiculousness of these brake calipers. Have you guys ever seen anything just
That's my hand.
ludicrous? I mean, that is insane.
A family four could eat off those disc brakes,
Yes.
which are two-piece carbon ceramic rotors that have to be like 17 inches. So it's just. Can we get the door to open on those chargers?
Nope. It gets plugged in at night. I have to take that back. It does
No. Well, if we could. It would,
Well, that was a fail.
yeah. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. Anyway, let's show you inside this thing because it's crazy.
Okay. I mean, I hate to say put it all on her, but
Right. She'll know though.
Yeah. Oh, let's turn the music off. Everything's a touch screen. Music. It's the future, folks. You can't really control it. Do you think there's a volume switch? There isn't a volume
There's a
switch.
volume.
Right? Oh,
There
on
you
the
go.
steering wheel.
On the correct side.
There is one here somewhere. Anyway, look at this. So you've got all screen, and not only that, this part that the driver sees is curved into the driver. The gear shift knob is a toggle switch right here.
Which is pretty cool.
The whole thing is just crazy. This is the most concept-like car that's in production right now, as far as the dash goes, at least. And this is stuff we've been seeing for 20 years that we've been promised for concept cars. And then we got a really cool roof as well. Although they went with aesthetics and not something like the Hyundai did, where they made it out of a solar panel. So pretty cool. If we could have showed you the fuel door, it would have showed you, or fuel, the plug-in door kind of rises up. So very cool. What do you say? It's a $200,000 piece of art that functions as a car. It doesn't have the best range. I think right now the range, as we were seeing on here, is 74%, gets you 135 miles. So,
And it does 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds
but that makes that worth
in,
it. So.
in comfort.
Exactly. So let's go check out the rest of the Porsche booth. So Chris, we also have to talk about something else about this car. So if you know anything about turbos, they work by using exhaust gases from the engine to spin the turbine to suck more air into push more air into the motor. This
But not anymore.
car doesn't have an engine, but yet it's still the Turbo S. We asked Porsche about that, and they're like, we kind of like, just name our top of the line the Turbo S, so we kind of stayed with that. No, there's no turbo. It's just now it's
There's
become
no such
basic.
thing as a turbo in electric engine.
Yeah, now it's become a marketing gimmick and not a actual description of the motor.
So if the Taycan is not something that you're looking for,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but if it wasn't,
Well, if you need to go more than 240 miles.
then you have the Panamera 4 hybrid.
So this is a plug-in hybrid. As you can see, it's plugged in. This is the best of both worlds, in my opinion. If you're going to buy anything electrified, get a hybrid, because if you run out of battery power, it'll run on gas.
And while it doesn't have all the screens and the crazy tech that the Taycan has,
Toucan.
it's really a beautiful interior. I mean, it's just perfection. of the best things about it is even though you got this nice digital dash, dead center is an analog RPM.
Yep.
I mean, just goes to show you that Porsche is, all about performance.
Analog techs are
And an analog
fantastic.
clock, which I love the analog clock.
Yep.
That's great.
Now we get to watch these guys put the top down on a Spider. So the 718 Spider, it used to be called the Boxster, now it's just the 718 Spider. Very cool. Unless you're an auto show technician trying to put the top down.
Pretty useless rear trunk, but you can put, a case of pop.
A few cases of beer, maybe.
Actually, you know what? I'll be back.
Hardtop GT4. Now this thing is awesome because this is your track car right here.
This is beyond awesome. Awesome is like setting the bar low as far as this car is concerned. This thing is, it's the perfect track car. Mid-engine, small, lightweight, comes in a manual,
Yeah.
fast. It
Big
really,
Wait,
yeah.
it has two wings. So you got the big wing, and then you got the duckbill wing. So it's keeping the rear end planted as you go around the track. You got the GT4 badging. I mean, this thing is freaking awesome.
This thing is this is just a great car. Interior, considering it's the GT4.
Wait, first of all, check out these seats.
Yeah, you don't sit in this car, you fall in this car.
Those are carbon fiber tub seats.
And with the GT4, you lose the the door handles.
Yeah.
As you can see, you just get a nice little strap that you pull on and
Saves
unlocks
weight.
it.
$117,000 for this one. So it's the cheap Porsche.
Yeah, but still, it's up. So just a little bit of Porsche history for all of you out there. Some of you might be wondering, why is the key on the left side of the steering wheel when every other car has the key or the push button on the right side? Well, that is a nod to the tradition of Porsche and Le Mans. At the start of Le Mans, when the race car driver has to run into the car to get in the car started and take off, Porsche thought that they would have an advantage over every other car company if they put the key on the left-hand side so that they could get in with the hand on the stick and turn the key at the same time and take off. So that's why every Porsche has got its key on the left-hand side. Just a little bit of Porsche history for you.
All right,
And
now
then we got the 911.
Yep. Someone's driver's car of the year. Was it Road and Track or Car and Driver or somebody? 911 Motor Trend's driver's car of the year. This is the 4S version. So really cool thing to me is the way they did the brake lights here. Just kind of strange, but also kind of cool. First of all, you got the wraparound LED brake light, but then you got the center high mounted stoplight is this. It's just great. I mean, it just goes with the fins. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's integrated in very nicely.
That's great design right there.
Again, it's Porsche. I mean, everything is designed well. The littlest things are done. However, I'm glad we got a convertible or a cabriolet or whatever you want to call it here. The one thing I'm not a fan of in the new Porsches is the gear selector. That little, I'm afraid I would break it. But again,
Yeah, not my favorite. Although that nav screen is freaking awesome.
yeah. I mean, at this point, you just nitpick on little stupid things when it comes to Porsche.
Yeah, once it's in gear, I guess you forget all about it. So let's take a look. Where should we go next? Do you want to go to Lexus or Acura?
Let's go over to Lexus.
All right, we're gonna go to Lexus. So Lexus last year introduced the RCF Track Edition. We were there for it when it went live and was debuted. For some, what did they make? They only made like 100 of them or something. It was some really low production number, but
It's a cool.
they keep on bringing it around and giving it to journalists.
Look at it. It's cool.
It's very cool.
And again, like we said once on the RC or LC 500, as far as the RC is concerned, probably the only place where that front grille design works well.
Yeah, it works on the LC and it works here on this particular car.
It's a cool looking car, and it's fast.
It's got the carbon fiber everywhere. You got the carbon fiber wing. It's very, very fun and very cool. I wish they'd make more of them, and maybe they will this year. Obviously, it's making it into another season of auto shows, so you would think they'd make another season of production. And if that's the case, fantastic. What else is in Lexus? Oh, the LC convertible is here. This was a concept car last year. They brought it here to the show just to sort of gauge everyone's reaction to it. Well, everybody loved it because it looks awesome. And so it went into production almost right away, and it's going to be here this year. And they brought a version of it, a yellow one, here to the show.
Which I don't know if it's the best color choice for this car, but
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a flashy car. It's more of a classy car. So yeah, I don't know that yellow works. But let's take a look.
but it's again, this is a car that we have done a review on and test driven and love the car. I mean, it's not going to be a track monster on the track, but it's a great gentleman's GT sports car in one of the nicest interiors on the market. I mean, it really is a beautiful interior, just with all the different types of leather and textures that they put in there. It's a great place to be.
And the wood grill does work very well here. The curves.
It works the best here.
Yeah, and this paint, you can't really see probably on video, but it's a pearlescent paint, so it looks incredible under bright sunlight. But anyway, there it is. Very cool. Audi. Audi is
Cars?
They haven't. I think that's the e-tron. Yes. So let's go look at the e-tron because Audi really wants you to know if you didn't watch any of the Avengers videos or any of the Marvel videos that they have electronic cars. They call them e-trons, and so they're plug-in electric vehicles. This is their e-tron SUV.
Very nice, typical Audi design.
Yep. It runs about $85,000 as you see it here. It'll do 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. And it's got an electric range of 204 miles, which is a little on the low side, but it is an SUV. And it's Audi quality. The thing about these electric cars is they will continue to get better and better and better as the years go by. And the ranges will get higher and higher and higher. But since most people don't do 204 miles of driving a day, back and forth in their commutes, it would work for most families. Other cars that Audi brought, there's a TT RS over here.
Yep. And we got the S5, the A7, S8.
The S8.
Which
This redesign on the rear of the car is great.
the
I
new
love that.
S8 is gorgeous. I mean,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Even the interior is.
Audi's always been known for their interiors, and this one's no slouch.
Nope.
Except we can't.
It's locked.
Wow.
They don't trust us.
Wow. Even locking you for the media. That's a bold move, Audi. Okay. Got the RS7.
No, this is the A7.
This is an A7?
S7.
S7. Oh, there is an RS7. That's an awesome vehicle.
We got the S5 Sportsback.
Yep. And then you've got the TTRS.
Which surprisingly is actually very roomy inside.
Yeah. And here's one thing maybe you don't know. TTRS has always thought of it as a two-seat car. It actually has back seats, but they're best used folded down for more cargo room, and just drive it as a
But
two-seater.
that's a lot of space in this little car. I mean,
Yeah. We could probably
You
fit
could-
Jill in here and then some.
Yeah, there you go.
Our friend Jill Simonello is another journalist who loves to get into the trunks of cars and show how big they are.
So let's walk over this way, see what else we can.
We already showed you guys the Audi when it launched, the new F-Type.
The Jag.
Sorry, the Jaguar F-Type.
Jag.
I'm looking at Audi and thinking of Jaguar. Anyway, the new F-Type, nice looking update to the iconic F-Type.
So that's up to you guys, but yeah.
I really like the front end a lot. It's very, very cool.
So,
oh, look at here. Mustangs.
Let's show the fine folks what is
back.
Okay, here we're back. So the Wrangler, as it goes over the uneven portion of this track where it's designed to twist the car, it crawls over it like a spider. It's really cool. Let's see if we can see. There's a few cars coming this
Here
way.
we got a Rubicon Gladiator coming over here.
So if you visit the auto show, you can stand in line and experience this for yourself. Obviously, they won't let you drive it, but they will take you and up to 3 of your friends with, and you can experience what these vehicles are capable of. The Jeeps are the most capable off-road vehicles we've probably ever driven. bar
Without
none.
question, without question. There really is nothing that a Jeep cannot overcome. I mean, watch this. Look at this. They're at like a 45-degree angle right now. They look scared.
And, the Rubicon is the one with the disconnecting sway bars.
Front sway bars.
So you'll see a lot of contortion of the car. You wouldn't see in any other vehicle. And if we look down here, is where you're going to see the disconnects really make a difference. So they call it the breakover. This is the coolest part about the Rubicons, in my opinion. Any other vehicle that goes over this will lift tires. It'll literally teeter-totter on it. Look at that. Crawls over it like a spider. All 4 tires are touching the ground. Look at that right rear tire, totally angled in. They're all still touching the ground. There's still ground clearance, and it crawls right over it without losing contact. You do that in a Liberty or in a non-Rubicon, and the whole thing will twist. And actually, we get to see that right now. So watch the difference in this compass. This thing is going to be like on a FCA. It's already lost contact in the front, but it still makes it over. But look at that. That's 3 feet of space, 4 feet of space underneath that. The driver's rear tire. So that's the difference. That's what do disconnectable sway bars mean? That's what they mean. That's what they do for you. They keep you in contact with the ground at all times. So if you want to experience that for yourself, come on over here to
It's
the
fun.
Jeep. It's really fun.
It's a lot of fun.
And there's more. This is just part of the trail. So it's very, very cool. There's actually several of these types of getting into a car and driving around inside the auto show. Toyota has a test track,
Yep.
and there may be one more. Let me just see.
There was one more.
So Toyota's test track is new. Oh, there's a Ram test track as well, and Volkswagen. All right, now we're making it over, speaking of Jeeps, to the Mopar section. Ooh, check that out. That's a nice Hemi motor right there. That's a Demon motor, isn't it?
That is a lot of
Yep.
motor.
That's a Demon motor.
That is a lot of motor.
6.2. So this is a crate
The
motor.
Elephant. Right over here.
Damn.
The elephant.
And I say Demon because they got these huge superchargers on them. But these are actually crate motors you could drop into anything. With a lot of power. Let's see.
We have here the Compass.
Lots
one
of
of the
Gladiators.
smaller Jeeps.
Oh, the Mojave, this is what they launched today. They just released this Mojave edition of the Gladiator.
Which, if it's anything like the Wrangler, it's basically a Sahara with some Rubicon stuff added to it. Like the bigger wheels.
So, these awesome tires will let you crawl over almost anything. And then you still get the Fox shocks, obviously. That's a staple of the Gladiator. This thing is so awesome. We've taken this out a few times off-road. It's just been amazing. We really, really love this vehicle.
Gladiator's cool.
Gladiators, I mean, and
It's
you can
very
do this to it where you take everything off of it. It's also our favorite Super Bowl commercial.
Yes.
The Bill Murray Groundhog Day commercial is hysterical. there's so much you could do with the bed. You could put a camper on that. There's literally almost an infinite number of accessories that Mopar will sell you with respect to the bed. It's crazy. It's awesome. There is something to show you in Challenger. Let's look at this one here. So it's the 50th anniversary of Challenger this year, 1970 to 2020. So they came out with this Challenger 50th edition with a matte black stripe that goes with the trunk, the hood, and the roof.
Special edition wheels.
These wheels are, I don't know if you can see how deep those wheels are, Rich Chris.
Those
Slotted
wheels
rotors.
are amazing.
6-speed manual.
Yep.
And a much bigger,
Shaker hood.
it's a taller shaker hood. This is taller than this past.
Yeah. It's very, very cool looking.
And that
Here we
paint-
have
Scat pack, yep. And you got a couple of wide body, well, those are all wide body. Wide body Daytona Charger. There's another wide body Hellcat up on the dais, spinning dais.
I mean, the white
And
body.
Chris's favorite color.
They really should stop making the non-white body.
Yeah, at this
Like,
point,
it's just why bother?
right, exactly.
Or that.
Right. Look, if you want power and bold styling, this is the place in the auto show you want to spend your time and check out all of the SRT vehicles.
I still think this is one of the meanest front ends of any
Oh,
SUV.
yeah. It's like a stormtrooper coming at you,
It's
especially in white.
it really looks cool.
You can do a driving simulation that consists of an entire car over here. So the whole car moves. You use the actual pedals and the brakes, gas, and everything.
The first turn every time.
Let's see how journalists drive on track. Don't blow the braking zone. Hard on the brakes. Oh, nice job. That's how you do it, folks. Get in the wall. Well, I spoke too
Every
soon.
time.
All right. And then back there is the Ram test track.
Typical Ram fashion. They're enormous.
And Ram has won a bunch of. Yeah, I know. They've won a bunch of awards this year, including Motor Trend Truck of the Year. I think twice in a row. So they're
A big old van.
Oh my God! Look at this. I could have stayed up there and not hit your head.
And I'm 6'2".
All the way up.
I am all the way up.
Look at that. And you still have it. You need to transport 14 Chris's. Largest show in North America. It is the largest consumer auto show that's geared for the consumer. They sell a lot of cars out of this auto show and trucks. So people come here to shop. They want to see what they can find. They can test a bunch of different vehicles against each other within a half an hour. You can probably sit in about 5 different vehicles. And it's a great place to see what your next car might be, or truck. And then here's Toyota's test track, which is all new. So Toyota hasn't, I don't remember Toyota ever doing a test track. And so it's all new this year.
Doesn't look like there's much going on though.
Well, it looks like the GT500 and the liquid carbon. All right, and we're back. So the again, Toyota Test Track here on the right. Not exactly sure what they're trying to show you, but we're coming up to some really cool stuff here at the Ford booth, including a really almost looks like a flight simulator. Look at this thing. That thing is awesome. It spins in a 360-degree circle. It tilts. Look at this thing. It's got 3 screens. Is that an off-road? That is so cool. And as the song goes, it's so dangerous, you're going to have to sign a waiver.
Here we have the Harley edition. I think this is the F250 or F150.
That looks like it's
Supercharged. Harley has always
Got
had
the
a
wheels.
Harley's always had a nice relationship with Ford.
That is the biggest 150 I've ever seen in
The
my life.
the jacked up suspension.
The Fox 2.0 performance shocks,
It is supercharged.
Yeah.
How much horsepower?
700 plus.
700 plus horsepower. Oh, that's a lot of horsepower.
That is.
Makes a Raptor look look teeny tiny by comparison. Harley knows how to be big and loud in that. Definitely is big and loud.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple things at the Ford. Why don't you take it from here, Chris, our resident Ford expert.
So
Gonna talk in there.
what you'll be seeing coming around this this Escape, the new Escape, which is a nice little car, but we're not going to focus on that right now because right there in beautiful black is the brand new 2020 GT500. We actually had a chance to drive one of these here yesterday. Unfortunately, we really couldn't get out of second gear and the wheels just spun because it was indoors.
However, it makes a great drift
Oh
machine.
my God. The sound, just the knowing that you have 760 horsepower at your fingertips. This thing is the end all be all Mustang. It's the fastest Mustang that Ford has ever built. This one has the carbon track pack, which you get this big giant wing on the back that is adjustable.
And it's carbon fiber,
And it's
visible.
visible carbon fiber. You get the carbon fiber wheels, which again are visible carbon fiber,
Right, and these are off the GT350.
as
Wow.
you can tell.
Maybe not straight off, but same idea. Those are expensive. Buy the
These
wheel
are
entire package.
basically what was on the GT350R.
Right, and I love this part right here. So it says, Ford prototype wheel locked for your protection. Maybe if you get in it, it might not open again.
And if this thing wasn't cool enough and to let people know that you had something special, the hood pins will definitely let them know that you have something special.
Yeah.
Big old Shelby right across the bottom.
Huge.
Another cool thing, so this is an actual working heat extracting ventilation system. One of the coolest things about this is if you open up the hood, which we can't do that for you right now, there is a panel that you can take out with a couple bolts, which really opens up the fact that you can just extract all the heat that comes out of your engine when you're hitting the track days. But when you're on road, you put it back on so you don't get rain in your engine.
And that's super important when you have a supercharger. You want to enter what's called a heat soak, where you basically lose power, and the supercharger becomes ineffective because there's too much heat.
Let's
going
put it
in.
this way, I'm planning on stealing that latest T.
So Ford actually came out and let everybody know that surprisingly, like 40% of Explorer buyers are going with the ST. Good for you guys. That's awesome.
I mean, look at this thing. And I love all just the little things that, like, you look throughout the whole truck that they did. It's just really well done.
It's a badass truck.
It's mean looking. It's fast. It's unfortunately has a giant display that looks like a tablet that has been smacked on. But it's a mean truck.
Now we come to the piece de resistance.
as far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest cars ever produced, probably the best looking car ever produced. I know that some of you are probably thinking I'm crazy right now, but come on. Look at this thing. This is the brand new liquid carbon fiber Ford GT.
Yes. So it doesn't really have a color because it's literally all exposed carbon fiber. So the terminology is liquid carbon. It was introduced last night here in Chicago and for the first time. It's amazing. Now the entire GT40 is originally all carbon fiber, but this is all exposed carbon fiber, which is much
This one doesn't
harder
have
to
a
do.
paint job.
Right, but it's much harder to do that because you can't paint over any imperfections in the carbon fiber.
It's got to be like every panel, every weave has to be perfect.
Yeah, and they're only making 12 of these, and they run about $750,000. 660 horsepower, but they've already sold them all.
An amazing car just
For
keeps
this
getting
year at
better.
least, and they sold them to people who already owned Ford GTs, and they're done. They're, for this year at least, 12. They're already gone. But this amazing
Look
vehicle.
at this thing. Look at those carbon fiber brakes.
Yeah, the wheels are carbon
I
fiber.
mean,
Yeah.
Everything on this is designed and thought of for pure performance and to go fast. But yet, I mean, every channel, every opening is purpose built.
Okay, they're so intense about the carbon fiber. I know it's really hard to see. You probably can't see it, but right below the Ford Performance license plate is the backup camera, whose bezel is made of carbon fiber. That's a carbon fiber bezel around the camera. So they went all the way. All of those fins down there are carbon fiber. The whole underside of the car is carbon fiber. You wouldn't want to crash it unless you put it that way.
Right. No. They should just call it the Ford carbon fiber. Again, just the most perfect design, purpose-built car there is. I mean, that front end is just absolutely beautiful.
And for our purposes, Toyota's got something that it's got a little something for everybody, but for us, it's the RAV4 is nice. We drove one, we reviewed it last year. It's actually a fantastic vehicle. This is the Prime Edition. Which is their hybrid edition. So the hybrid is here for the RAV4, but this is the part we love.
Yeah,
We've got
that's
Toyota
great.
NASCAR Racing on the right. It is in NASCAR Racing and really committed to it. And then on the left, we have Supras. We got a couple SEMA entries here, the ones that are marked prototype. Lowered, a lot of diffusers. Not something you can take a Chicago
they're-
model in, because that's a carbon. That's a
You're
whole
talking
carbon.
like 2 inches.
Yeah. Well, this is a half carbon fiber wheel with the aluminum center. And then
That's
you've
wide body kit.
Yep. A lot of carbon fiber on that one. So these are just the normal Supra. If you haven't seen our review on the Supra, it's on our YouTube channel. Check it out. But there's a Pope version that has about 400 horsepower. So look out for that to be
It's a new
coming soon.
86.
This is well, it's the old 86, but a new paint color. So they're redesigning the 86 soon. This is not redesigned next year. That was a British racing car.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, on the other side is there's a little bit more of Cadillac and a few other brands over there, but that's a lot of what you can see on the north side of Chicago.
Well, guys, this has been a glimpse of some of the things that you can find at the 2020 Chicago Auto Show.
Yep.
There are a lot of cars here There's a lot of things to do here. If you got kids, there's a lot of things to keep them active.
This
It's
is a great place.
It's a great place. I
Great
mean,
place to spend a Saturday or a Sunday
Right.
or any other. Come in during the week if you want to avoid the crowds. But even with the crowds, it's going to be a fun place to spend the day and see a lot of cool cars and do a lot of cool stuff.
absolutely. So with that, this has been Chris, Brennan, and Paul with Sons of Speed, and we'll catch you next time.